Before we do our fancy things that we want to do now, which is create data bars and do what's called conditional formatting, many people, when they do conditional formatting or data bars, will say, all right, let's chart numbers between 0 and 3,500,000, which are the bottom two, where it says lowest value data bar and highest value data bar. Okay, I don't want to type the literally. Literally means I'm going to put the numbers. I'm going to put the word 0, the number 0, and the number 3,500,000. Those are called literals, which means that that's the only thing that it's going to be. I want to assign variables, which are the names in the left-hand column, which is our named ranges, which we've been dealing that with everything so far with our calculations. So we're going to assign the name on the left side to the number on the right, the same thing we did when we did our formulas. So now when I say lowest value, it's going to be 0. When I say highest value, it's going to be 3,500,000. And that way I'm not going to plug those into the formulas. I'm going to use the name rather than the number. Then I can easily change that number, and then the data bars are going to automatically change, or the conditional formatting is going to automatically change. Here I want to make sure that the $ shows up when I intend for it to show up, and it's not going to show up when I don't want it to show up. So what I'm allowing for here in the income column, you notice that we left the first couple of incomes blank. Well, what happens if they weren't? And that's why I'm formatting it now, because we could have a number, next to that starting balance. We could have an income rather than just an expense. So I'm allowing for if I had a number there, even though right now I don't. So now I'm going to highlight all my incomes, all of them, not just the ones that have numbers. So I'm going to highlight all my numbers, and now I'm going to go to conditional formatting to say, all right, this is what I want you to do. Give me data bars, and data bars are going to give us a visual element right in that cell. And we're going to go to more rules. And I want to do see where it says minimum automatic? I don't want that. I'm going to say the lowest value. And I say, nope, I want a number. What number do I want? I don't want 0. I don't want 0. I want that value in that cell. See, lowest value data bar. I click on it. Even though it's 0, it says whatever's in cell B24. So it could be 0, it could be 100, it could be 1,000, it could be -10. It's going to do whatever I put in that cell. So when it's the thing I put in the cell, that's called a variable. If I left the number 0 in there, that's a literal, and literal can be only one thing, a 0. So I'm going to say the maximum number. Well, we know the maximum number can't be 0. That would be silly. So we're going to say whatever's in cell B25. So whatever numbers I have there, that determines where the data bar stops and starts. Starts and stops. And now down here, I decide on my colors. I say solid fill. I'm going to change it to a gradient fill. And I can pick any color I want. XO gave us some choices, but we're going off of their choices to do any color we want. And now we can do any border color we want. So I'm going to say a solid border. And I could pick a black border if I want. I could pick a red border. I could pick a purple border, pink border, whatever color border I want. And they give me a nice preview in the lower right-hand corner of what my data bars are going to look like. And there they are. A nice black bar around them. Even now, I'm going to go to one of the ones that are blank, and I'm going to put a number in there, and you're going to see it's going to generate a data bar for me. Okay, so we're saying whatever is here. Boom. Okay, whatever's there. And then if I change it to 0, it would graph that. If I leave it empty, it says, okay, there's nothing here. You didn't do anything, so it doesn't put a data bar.